I gotta resubscribe. Give me a second. Hello, friends. Alright. I think I don't actually like the way my leggings look. I might want to glamour those. Let me actually run to Limsa really quick. I could have just warped to the aft castle. Okay, first off, my earrings need... Where's my earrings? Earrings. Apply those. And then pants. Let's see what all we can do here. Nah. Unsure about the Riviera slops. Nah. Tantalus breeches are just jeans. But might not be bad. Jeans might not be bad with this. These can't be dyed. Which is a bit of a pain. I cannot put the Plague Doctor's trousers on because that is not the correct class. Let's try this for now. And then get some shoes. No, actually. No, yeah, I think I'll do the jeans. Let's make these jeans black, maybe. I could make them dark purple also. That actually isn't that bad. I could do purple, or I can do... I think black might still be better. Matches a bit more with the interior jacket. Yeah, let's dye that. And then... shoes. Oh, don't... Where's the Traveler's Boots? That's in the armoire, isn't it? Armoire. Or not. Wayfarer's boots. That's what I'm wearing. Maybe I do the Lucian Prince's boots. And we'll just... If we just, looks like it's exactly the same regardless. Okay. And then I'll put the... I like the strife gloves. Okay. That's a bit better. No, not Eden's verse. There you go. Yedlamad. Oh, no, I don't want to enter the Fell Code of Troya. I want to enter Troya Keep. And then... Okay. No. Okay, let us begin. What do you guys all have to say? Their one rule isn't different from that of many in our world. It's those like Alphino who are a rare breed. We cannot allow your stroller to bear the burden alone. When next opportunity arises, I will offer my own ether. You needn't worry for me. My life force is a small price to pay for her knowledge, and I will recover it quickly enough once we've returned home.
This is where I belong. My home. This endless darkness you call the void. There was once light here, and it shone its warmth upon creation. The lands were green and the seas were blue. Life flourished. Before the war, the Contra Memoria.
Must have been a terrible war indeed.
It shattered the balance,
Hello,
causing
hippie.
darkness to engulf the world. All life was transformed into monstrosities, void sent. We are the natural order now.
As light begat sin-eaters, darkness begat void-sent.
The sun was driven from the sky as fleeting day yielded to endless night. In time, even land and sea lost their distinction. And though the spark of reason had died in us, driven by memory's shadow, we formed factions and carved out domains. This castle, for instance, its erstwhile lord must have abided in such a place once upon a time.
I'm doing good. Woke up to find out that I
If
had
I
a
may,
raise, which is nice.
The darkness in you is too much for any man to harbor. To my eyes, you are indeed a void-sent. Yet your knowledge of the past and your demeanor mark you apart from your brethren. You are different. That much is plain. But in what way, I am unsure.
As you say, I am void-sent, but only in part. The darkness touched my mother when the war had only just begun, when I was still in the womb. As a child, I looked like any other, but darkness coursed through me, and I ceased to age when I'd become a woman grown. But that was then. And now, I may as well be one in full. I prey on the weak and serve the strong. I live to survive. Nothing more.
Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to pry. I realize, too, that I've neglected to ask your name.
As we say mortal, you may call me Voidsent.
That is liable to cause confusion. If you are not averse, we would address you by your true name.
And call me what you will. I care not.
Alright, Will. I'd say Will then.
How about 0?
Meaning nothing. A name as fitting as any.
No, not nothing, but rather a beginning. For it remains to be seen what you will become to us.
As I said, I care not. 0 then.
Here's to a fruitful partnership.
Partnership? Are you saying you wish to strike a bargain?
I haven't taken the Reaper class yet, but...
Well, Zero, while there is no end to the questions we could ask, it is only fair that we tell you our purpose in coming here. We are searching for a dragon. One who came to your world long ago.
Also, she's looking for ways to just traverse the rift
A
in
dragon?
general.
Yes. Ashdaya is her name,
Is that...
and she is my sister.
Should I be worried about the glowy orb up
If you
there?
have any knowledge of her, I beg you share it with us.
No, yeah, I should be worried about the glowy orb.
Did you say something? No.
I thought I heard a voice as well. The keening of void scent, perhaps.
I'm saving Reaper for my alt. My alt's based on a Echo Knight character I had in D&D. So he is Dark Knight, currently also leveling Red Mage, and then when he gets to 70, I'm going to give him Reaper. Because they're the most, like, fitting analogs of Fight Boy who gets to summon a clone of himself. He's also my Astro, because he canonically played Magic the Gathering. I must say we're rather exposed here. Perhaps we should continue the conversation within the castle. The throne room's defensible, given its few points of ingress. Let's head back there. Moving wasn't part of the bargain. I'll comply, but I expect my payment promptly. You shall have it as soon as we've arrived. Also, I should see if I can get notifications up and running for Kick also, because I realize I don't know if anybody follows or anything. Oh, there's an instance. Okay. In that case, I should probably... I'll see the payment, and we may ask Zero what she knows about Ejdaya. All appears unchanged here. Feel eyes on us. Stay alert. Oh, let me... I'll look into it. I'm just starting, so like I subbed to Restream for a month this month because I was planning on adding Instagram to my list of things that I broadcast to, and then I found out that Instagram only can be streamed to in portrait mode, so that didn't work, and I was like, I guess I'll try Kick, as long as I got this expansion, as long as I've got this subscription. Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time. In addition, you'll be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Okay. Several cutscenes! Let's go!
This place is as good as any. Let me have the ether now.
Very well.
Oh, Scarmiglione. I thought we killed you. What's up, Serpentius?
That I should miss my mark.
That fiend again? But we struck it down. Watched it die.
Fools. Death doesn't exist in this world. And I am free to return whensoever I please.
Death doesn't exist. course. In the first, the power of light, of passivity, prevents life from emerging in the empty. But in the 13th, the power of darkness, of activity, prevents life from finding rest, even should soul be separated from flesh.
So unless one's essence is absorbed by another, it is possible to return again and again.
Your ether. It is reminiscent of that creature's. Ah, my mouth waters at the memory.
What?
I must.
That did not have the emotion behind it.
Yes, I must. Ye drifting souls, by my power be reborn!
If it's another death they want, I say we give it to them.
Where are you going?
If you could lend us a hand, we'd be much obliged.
You can eat Scarmiglione afterwards.
That you would. But you already owe me a debt, and until you make good on it, I won't lift a finger.
But do you want to eat Scarmiglione? We kill him for you, and then you can eat him.
We'll speak after you've won. But know that if you lose, I'll help myself to your ether.
That a bothersome duty should deliver to me this lavish feast. Come, struggle with all your might. It will make you that much richer and tastier.
Alright, here we go.
Feast upon their flesh.
The castle answers his call. We'd do well to break up this feast quickly.
Let's see these guests on their way.
Behold the power of the Archfiend.
They're just gonna come back, right?
He hastens their regeneration.
Again, can we just have Zero eat them? Just give her the ether. This feels like an easy solution.
That which cannot die.
Why is nobody being like, just absorb their ether?
No matter what you do, you cannot hope to win.
You never know until you try, and I'm always happy to experiment.
Zero! Is there no way to stop them from coming back?
There is, but I have no reason to share it with
You absorb their ether. They said it. Y'shtola figured it out.
You know, Zero, you do owe us for one thing. Your name. You'll have your promised ether, but we are owed compensation for your name.
A name for which I did not ask. But that I nevertheless did accept.
They've been crystallized.
Well now, that's quite the trick.
Satisfied?
Completely.
Come, my friends. With Zero's aid, we can defeat him.
What is this? What have you done?
Now that I think on it, you owe me a debt as well. You may have missed your mark, but I won't miss mine.
Okay. Hey-ya!
However, a debt is a debt. I will repay it here and now.
She can turn voicing into crystal.
Attend to the minions first.
Wait, I'm trying. I can't target them. Why can I not target them? Oh, she was targeting them. Oh, okay. I thought they were telling me to attend to the minions. How? I should have moved. Ah, fuck. Okay, I'll try this again. Let's just tick this down to easy. Do I have Carby with me? I don't.
However, the death is dead. I will repent here and now.
She can turn voicing into crystal.
What is this power?
Attend to the minions first.
Yeah, like, I have no way of targeting them. I can only target Scarmiglione.
That's far enough.
Trickery will not fail.
Reinforcements!
This will hurt.
I keep forgetting to use my follow-up attacks. There we go.
Fools! Do not think you have defeated me. I will return again and again. What? My flesh? Why won't it heal? What is the meaning of this? To seal ether in crystal. Memoria. But how? How can you have this power? Death has no place in this world. We are beyond it. And yet... Lord Golbez, you have sent me to my doom. Curse you and your wretched flattery, and this abominable fate.
You are welcome, seekers of might. I, Golbez, have called you for hither. I, who would see us triumph in the coming crusade. That I may entrust you with command of our armies.
Yes, but what of the promised gift? In exchange for our loyalty, we are to feast on the finest ether.
And so you shall, for if you are to serve me, you must be strong.
Then honor the pact and pray we are not disappointed.
Very well. Behold.
Ah.
The fiery wings, the savage horns. It pulses with life. Such vibrant ether. This magnificent creature could only come from beyond the veil.
Indeed. Feast, my friends. Feast and arise as my 4 arch-fiends. As they are now, they can consume but a fraction of the dragon's ether. Just as well, the creature may yet serve other ends.
Are you all right?
Good news, I know where Eorzea is. There's some bad news.
The Void Sense essence remains, but it has been sealed away, transformed into crystal.
Memoria. Scarmelione called them. I take it they are connected to the war of which you spoke.
Aye. Their use was central to the Contra Memoria, hence its name. And to my knowledge, the transformation is permanent.
I see. We thank you for coming to our aid.
I repaid a debt, and in doing so ensured that I received my own due compensation, which I shall have now.
Yes, yes. I still have work to do, so I would thank you not to get carried away.
Ether is the coin of choice. I appreciate the simplicity.
That makes us even, I trust. Right then. When you picked up the crystal, you experienced a vision, did you not?
A dragon resembling a great worm. I dare to hope that it was Eorzea.
I mean, you hope that she's being captured
Even as
and
it
fed
pains
to
me
people?
think she's
Yeah.
been made to suffer.
Though, I mean, I suppose she's as safe as she
For the
possibly could be.
ambitions of this Golbez.
We've been given much to consider. Let us take a moment to review what we know.
If Golbez has his die at his mercy, then we must find him. Hopefully Zero has knowledge that will aid us in our search. We vanquished one of Golbez's archfiends, but 3 remain. As troublesome as this one, I expect. In light of our recent experiences, I expect we all have questions. I trust Zero can answer some few of them. We should still be owed at least that much, I dare say. Oh, I forgot to talk to Zero. Nothing like the ether of a living mortal. I haven't felt so satisfied since my return. You've come to the 13th before, yes? You fought Voidsent here. But clearly you didn't know they could regenerate, else you would have shared that detail beforehand. Technically we did. Because when we killed when we killed Cloud of Darkness, she came back immediately. I was in a bit of a rush and didn't have the time to wait around and see. But also Cloud of Darkness did in fact regenerate immediately. From what I know of the Four, I can hardly blame you. Perhaps they returned to Ether after you left, but if they didn't, there must be a reason why. There are circumstances in which we are unable to return. If you like, I can tell you about this. Please do. The more you devour, the more powerful you grow, but in the process, your essence is blended with those of your prey. If you were to lose your flesh, the souls you have consumed to harbor may break free and coalesce into distinct voids sent once more. And before you yourself return, your own soul might be devoured by your enemies or your erstwhile prey, a fate more likely for stronger beings who require more time to regenerate. However, even assuming you survived the process, it's highly uncommon for you to return as you were. Yet despite his greater strength, Scarmiglione managed to resurrect rather swiftly. Are there others capable of the same? Not that I'm aware of. His attachment to his flesh must have been unique for him to develop such an ability. I believe we understand the fundamentals of rebirth now. If I may, I would ask about your power. Will you tell us about it? What you saw should speak for itself. I combine the ether of soul and crystal. Many wielded this power during the Contra Memoria, but I'm the only one left. I'm told that the heroes of the 13th once sealed gods in stones called Eorzea. Are they and the memorial one and the same? Eorzea. I don't know this word, but the world is vast, and perhaps Memoria had different names elsewhere. But it does sound quite similar. How does one come to wield Memoria, and what happened to your peers? I never thought about that. I do know, though, that the Voidsent can't use the power, I assume because I'm mortal in part. I see. Zero, I wish to ask you about the man named Golbez. He may well have my sister in his clutches. Is there aught you can tell us of him? The name sounds vaguely familiar, though I can't say how I know it. If he is powerful, however, someone in the castle may have heard of him. Then we must try talking to the other Voidsent again. Let us entrust talking to Missing, as Echo will help facilitate communication. More importantly, he should be able to maintain his composure better than a concerned sibling. That I cannot deny. Forgive me, but will you not ask about Golbez in my stead? On the terraces to begin with, perhaps. Thank you. We shall remain here to discuss what other avenues we might pursue in the meantime. This echo of yours, you can see into the past. Interesting. Those memories may well be all that remains of it, though. Everything and everyone was warped by darkness. However storied it may appear, this castle is simply the product of its mistress's mind. Scarmiglione, too, appeared surprised by Zero's power. As she says, it must be a lost art. That makes her invaluable to our cause, far more than someone who can simply communicate. I know what it feels like to have my essence blended with that of another. Yet tumultuous as though it was only one worm's soul. To be bound to scores of others over thousands of years sounds horrible. According to your vision, Golbez recruited his champions and raised an army by offering the dragon's ether in exchange. Whatever his crusade, 'tis unconscionable to use the dragon's life force as fodder. He will answer for his deeds. The clever one hadn't been eaten? If no one wants it, then perhaps... Golbez? Of course I know him. Only a fool without ears wouldn't. His archfiends lead armies to ravage and conquer. They devour those they deem useless, those who can't fight. If you don't want to be eaten, then you yourself had better flee, though soon there'll be nowhere to run. Only those who are fit for battle, others must escape or be consumed. If the one who devoured her dies, perhaps the mistress will return, then I may bask in her gaze again. Well, we did kill him. I don't know if she escaped it before he regenerated. Golbez, you say, my mistress spoke of him. He commands archfiends. They are powerful and have conquered many domains. Their mistress bade us defend the castle from him. Yes, she did. The tasty one returns to tempt me. I mustn't eat you. I mustn't eat you. Golbez, I know of him from those I've eaten. He has minions, and minions have minions. No one ever sees him. Albus would send him to act personally. It will not be easy to reach him. No easy way to mark the passage of time in this world, nor do I imagine such things concern the Void Scent. It would take considerable amount of fortitude to still care after millennia in this endless night. Is there no end to the questions? I should have demanded more ether. I dare say Scarmulione's fate served as sufficient warning. Let's hope that those elsewhere have the same sense. Welcome back. Were you able to learn aught of value? So countless voids sent answer to the Archfiends, who in turn answer to Golbez, as your vision did suggest. Scarmulione's aggression is also consistent with the claims that the Archfiends conquer other domains. Question is, how do we reach Golbez if he surrounds himself with armies of minions? We could target his other Archfiends, or perhaps those who have fled his service. Either may yield useful information. That said, we can't do much while we're stuck on this isle. Ciro, I would ask a favor of you. I'm determined to save my sister Ashdaya. If there's even a faint possibility that Golbez has her, I must find him. Gah, hiccups. To that end, I would like you to lend us your strength and knowledge. Will you accompany us on our quest? Forgotten the way of my world already. If you want help... Hiccups. If you want help, offer payment. None here will aid you out of the kindness of their hearts. Any who claim otherwise are liars and betrayers. Or is this the lesser request and more of a threat? If I refuse, you'll force me to serve? If you accompany us, we can offer you protection. Protection? I have no need of such. I was a prisoner, yes, but only because I couldn't be bothered to resist. I could have easily broken free had I desired to do so. If you're truly such an aimless creature, then you could do worse than to join us. You needn't expend as much energy to defend yourself as you would alone. Trying to be clever, are you? But even if you had a point, your protection isn't enough to persuade me. Very well, I propose you travel with us, and whenever you perform a deed that requires payment, I'll provide it in ether. That's all you had to say. Everything else is superfluous. Fair point. Where to now? Either a place that the Archfiends may strike next, or where the refugees and deserters may seek sanctuary. I know the latter. I'll take you there. I assume you also know how we can get off this isle? I was brought here on a mount. We can leave the same way. Now that you mention it, I did notice some flying creatures near the terraces. Given our numbers, we need a large one, but regardless of size, all can be won with ether. Excellent. Let's go and find a mount as once. Hello, eyeball friend. Not good. Lord Golbez must hear of this. Also, I'm realizing I'm wearing the Azyima's earring. Oh. There we go. I just didn't save. In which case, is my portrait updated? Not all voids that can fly, since the reason those some have made to serve as mounts. Were I here in my true form, I'll be able to carry you all, but even were it possible to enlarge the gate, the risk will be too great. How do we plan to get Ashdaya out of here? Like, we can't enlarge the gate. We've got to, like... Zero will best know how to handle the creatures. Let us watch and learn. We should be able to find a mount here. With the castle in disarray, the creatures will be hungry. Just a little ether should suffice. Are you ready?
There it is. Good. It agrees to serve. Get on.
Also, she mentioned... First off, can you get this thing as a mount? I'm gonna assume that you can. Second, she mentioned that Scarmiglione owed her a debt. But she did not explain that.
What is this place?
My domain. In the beginning, it was a sanctuary for me alone. But over time, others began to gather here. Those who had nowhere else to go.
A settlement of pariahs.
What's that? Mortals! They're mortals! What's in this ether? Let me have some, let me have some! Not fair.
You are under my protection here and will not be harmed. I give you my word. Follow me.
Tis quite a gathering of void scent. I pray one among them has knowledge we seek. The longer one lives, the more one yearns for peace. I understand why some would sequester themselves here. 'Tis said that a person's domain is a reflection of what abides in their heart. If this is true, this place may offer a glimpse into Zero's past. This is my abode. The others won't come near, so you may be at ease. While they know the place, their place, if the tantalizing ether were to walk by, I can't guarantee they wouldn't pounce. While they know their place. It's a void sense nature to consume. It's their sole purpose. Even if the pursuit of ether may lead to their undoing, many succumb to the instinct. But any who succumb here will have to answer to me. This is my domain's one and only rule, and it's absolute. Consider yourselves duly warned. If you wish to go among the void sent here, that is your choice to make. All have fled from one master or another, but whether any of those masters in turn serve Golbez, I do not know. You may ask them yourselves. Most have traveled to your world, so it shouldn't be difficult to communicate. We shall go about making inquiries at once. Thank you for your counsel. Once we've learned all we can, let us reconvene at yonder plaza. You're going too, of course, in which case I shall accompany you. I only wish to observe, do not expect me to help. The weather is vacuity. Zero's now accompanying you. Oh, talking point. I call this my abode, but spend hardly any time here. I return only for meditation. While physical wounds can be healed by replenishing one's ether, you can't preserve your form if you lose sight of yourself. Such is the risk of inherent in consuming another's soul. It dilutes your sense of self, alters you inside and out. To guard against this, I meditate, visualize who I am in a place all my own. This is the heart of my domain. Normally it's deserted, but you and yours have drawn everyone out. I don't recall this statue, though. However it came to be here, I certainly didn't wish for it. Whose likeness is this, you ask? The hero who saved the world. I'm waiting for the day he comes. Or was it a she? I can't remember the details. I don't know how long I've been waiting, or why I even wait. Could you be the hero, perhaps? No, I don't think so. Something tells me I'll know when I meet him. Or her. I'll just have to keep waiting. You'll know when you meet them, friend. You're one of the mortals, is it true? When you die over there, you really die? I mean, to be fair, we do reincarnation is a thing that canonically happens. We know for sure you reincarnate now. What brings you here, then? We're looking for a friend whose Golbez has. When you die in the source, you die for real. He seeks strong minions to grow his army, or so I hear, but recently he stopped doing that. Instead, he devours all. Perhaps he's gathered enough fodder and is now intent on bolstering his own strength. A sure sign he's about to make a move. No, yeah, technically speaking, you do reconstitute on the in the source, just it's not as the same person. Which they also kind of said is how it is here. Hang on, I want to step on the I want to be on the floating brick. There we go. What's up, Varshan? No, I don't make a habit of strolling about. It's a strange feeling. 'Twas in order to strike down the cloud of darkness that my sister crossed over into the void. What befell her after she vanished into the gate, and how did she become Golbez's captive? These things and more I hope to learn. Also, I guess I'll call it, because things don't die here and they just reconstitute afterwards, I think one of our friends is going to die here. Potentially us. And then they'll come back later, because you don't die for real here. to walk around with her like that. You're her minion, then. You know I don't take minions. He has some questions, and I want you to answer them. Golbez? I don't know that one. Only, I just don't want to pretend I understand how to pronounce that. When she led us beyond the veil, I grew scared and fled. I've been here since. I don't know anyone else, nor do I wish to. That's all I can tell you. She's a powerful voidsent who ruled over a vast domain. That was a long time ago, though, so I doubt she has any connection to Golbez. My ether. It's okay, just scoop it up and push it back into me. Alright, who do we talk to now? Hungy voidsent. Hey, wait for me. If you don't want to be eaten, stay away. Golbez. I've heard that name before. I remember. Always speaking of a great crusade. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. Crusade, you say? From whom did you hear this? Farfellow? Farfarello. He's a minion of another minion. Went on and on about the terrible things he saw. I see. Perhaps Farfarello can tell us more. Satisfied with what you've learned? Let's step away before you become too tempting to resist. Fair to assume he's gathering his strength for a crusade, whatever that might be. But I must say, I wouldn't have guessed that Farfarello once fought in Golbez's army. It's a miracle he survives serving an archfiend. I suppose I should explain. Farfarello is the weakest among us, constantly in fear of being devoured. He seldom consorts with others. There's the only one he's comfortable with is Siriato. He's a fellow coward who runs the instant he senses a threat and won't stop until he's exhausted. When their hunger grows too intense, they feed on each other's ether. Such is their relationship. But I ramble. You intend to seek out Farfarello, I presume? I'll come with you. He's less likely to hide in that way. Meanwhile, elsewhere...
Not only did the mortals conquer Troy, they defeated Scarmalione. I struggle to believe it. They're very small, my lords. They were aided by one of our world, who transformed Scarmalione's soul into crystal. Crystal? This one speaks of Memoria. Now there's something I've not heard for an age. It'll bring a pang of nostalgia to my breast and a tear to my eye. If the very notion wasn't absurd! Just in our garden, drowned in darkness. As were we all.
And yet Scarmalione still does not answer. Were he alive, he would have returned by now. Weakest though he was, his ability to regenerate was without peer. If this account is true, if a Memoriat has survived, they cannot be suffered to live.
Leave this matter to me, Lord Golbez. I, Eorzea, shall strike down any who pose a threat to our plans.
'Tis true, you are a proven commander, well suited to leading an assault.
when I have succeeded, I would beg a boon of you.
What do you desire?
I want to eat the dragon.
The dragon's ether. All that remains.
Yeah, had a feeling.
The insolence. Know your place.
With respect, my locks are free as the wind, without incentive to sway them. I know not whither they will blow.
Boldly spoken. I trust you will not disappoint me.
Upon this flowing hair and my immortal soul, I will not fail.
Then go and impress upon these interlopers the futility of defiance.
My lord.
Farfarello keeps to the fringes of my domain. This way. Hang on, talking point. The Voids in here don't answer to a master. They can do as they please, but all must answer to the hunger and seek out prey when they need ether. Except Farfarello and Siriato, that is. They are content to take from one another. Barring an incident, they dare not venture out. When he takes flight, Siriato will not seek shelter until he is utterly spent. Farfarello, on the other hand, prefers to hide in the same place. Come. Did I skip? No, I did not. I heard two. Are there other talking points? No. I thought I double-clicked for a second. Hello, doggo. I can't know someone's near. You're not devouring my ether, you hear me? You're not devouring my ether! Hello, Siriato. Whatever will I do now? That's rather unexpected. Where's Farfarello? Farfarello isn't here anymore. He's left. That's right. Left? That doesn't sound like him at all. Well, he's gone, all right. What more do you want me to say? You totally ate him, didn't you? Now if he flees, as he is wont to do, something about this doesn't sit well with me. What do you make of Siriato's behavior? I don't think he was telling the truth. So you think so too? As he says, Farfarello is gone, but that is quite unusual. As to the fact that Siriato, who was clearly frightened by something, chose not to flee, but instead hid here, where Farfarello usually... No. We must go after Siriato now. He ate Farfarello. Siriato, we need to talk. There's no time. The wind rises. We must flee. Wind rises? What is he talking about? After him. I don't know. Maybe he's just a Ghibli fan, Zero. No. How do I get there? Go around this way? Hi, Estinian, what are you doing? If a void scent is too weak to create its own domain, it must join with others for protection. Alternatively, it might devour them in a bid to become stronger, but in so doing, risk losing its sense of self, which is an unenviable struggle. gotten into you? What do you mean the wind rises? When the wind rises, she comes, Barbaricia! Barbaricia? Who in the world is that? We must flee, all of us. There is no time! I don't sense anything, but he seems convinced. It's a dead end beyond. We'll corner him. We're doomed. There's nowhere to run. What are you running from? Barbaricia, you already said that part. I already told you. Barbaricia, the Archfiend of Wind. Archfiend, you say? We will be devoured or forced to serve to fight in the crusade, but it makes no difference. In the end, all are eaten by her or her enemies. I didn't want to fight anymore. That's why I fled and came here. I see. That explains everything. Almost. I thought it was Farfarello who used to serve an archfiend, not you. Not you who always ran at the first sight of trouble. You now speak as though you were Barbaricia's minion. There's only one explanation. You absorbed Farfarello. Yep. Indeed, that would account for his uncharacteristic behavior. So, is that the way of it? Did you devour Farfarello? And not just a portion of his ether, but his entire being? How did you know? It wasn't only your behavior that felt strange. You used to only have, you used to only have 6 faces, and now you have a 7th. You felt strange, as if there was more than you present. Now, I don't believe you would have lost control. More likely, it was at Farfarello's behest. I can't hide anything from you. I admit it, Farfarello didn't leave. I ate him. He feared Barbaricia more than anything, and he hated the endless fighting. So he begged me to devour him, that he would never have to fight again. But then he's just you now, and you have to fight. Rather than an eternity of fighting, it chose a moment of pain. For all the good it did, I could still hear his voice in my head, and he's so frightened, so very frightened. When you're eaten, your essence is blended with that of your devourer, and though you have no control, your consciousness in part endures. Were this a world where the wheel of life and death still turned, the soul wouldn't linger so stubbornly. In time, it would return to the great flow. But there's no such end here, no escape. All know this, making his choice, Farfarello must have been desperate indeed. And now that desperation is joined with Siriato's fear, driving him to act erratically. This place will become a battlefield. We don't want to be eaten, neither me nor Farfarello, but there's nowhere to go. Nowhere. Then tell me about Barbaricia. I would know who it is we face. It's too late. She's as good as here. No one can escape her winds. No one.
And she's brought her domain with her. The Archfiend's after you and yours, I shouldn't doubt. Perhaps you should go and find them. But be warned, whatever this is about, do not expect us to get involved.
I think she's after you because you have the power to kill people permanently. Like, we're here and we're also a problem, but...
You and me both.
One of the Archfiend's approaches.
They must have been tracking our movements.
She's here.
Excellent. You've saved me the trouble of traveling to Troya.
That's a tongue twister.
So you're Barbaricia.
Mind your manners, mortal. My name is not to be spoken, save in reverence and fear.
Barbaricia.
And what is this pitiful domain? Pitiful wretches all. I will put you out of your misery. Alas, poor Scarmiglione, and good riddance. Felled by outsiders in pursuit of what? Pray tell?
A dragon. One who crossed to this world thousands of years ago. Know you aught of it?
Yeah, she's dinner.
A dragon, you say?
Yeah, boss said I could eat her once I get back home.
My Lord Golbez is more clever than I realized. To let the prize live, that it might lure more prey to us. Very well. In gratitude and service, I shall devour every last mote of their souls.
Where is she? Where is Ashdaya?
Huh. You even share its scent. How curious. And irresistible.
If you think us easy prey, you're wrong.
Unlike Scarmiglione, I need not skulk in shadow to claim what is mine. If you would know about the dragon you seek, then enter into my domain. You may flee instead if you wish, if the fate of the sorry lot here is of no concern to you. One way or another, I will have satisfaction.
Yeah. I could kill you here and now, but that would mean that you wouldn't get an extra dungeon to go through, so...
What's the
or...
plan, then?
it's either a dungeon or a trial, I don't know which, but... Go after Barbaricia, what else?
Indeed. Yet she will have the upper hand in her domain. We must be no less than fully prepared.
We find her and get our answers. Will you be joining us, Zero?
How much ether do you need?
You may be easily goaded into accepting her challenge, but my curiosity is not so insatiable as to cloud my judgment.
How about some ether?
Nevertheless, if you are desperate for my aid, you know my price.
I shall pay it. So long as you leave me strength enough to see my sister home, you may take as much as you wish.
Again, how do we get her home, though?
And lest you forget, mine is no ordinary ether. Barbariccia, too, recognized its potency.
Like, how do we get her home, though? First off, she has to get in the castle, which she already can't fit inside the castle. But then the portal's not big enough. It's just normal person sized. What little I learned in your absence did not pertain to the Archfiends. That discussion can wait until after we've tended to Barbariccia. Just you wait, Barbariccia. I'll have my answers from you yet. I've no intention of demanding anyone's ether until afterwards. Weakening you now would only reduce my chances of getting paid. The less time we give the enemy to prepare, the better. If everyone is ready, then let us set forth. Indeed, and yet my heart weighs heavy for those Barbariccia has struck down. Were it not for us, she would not have come here. Should you require a moment, Zero? For what? Barbariccia took what she could. She was wise to strike quickly, as we would be. Agreed. This is no time for sentiment. Only the battle matters now. A word of warning. Barbariccia spoke as if she would give us answers if we were to defeat her. But even assuming she'll talk, which I doubt, I trust I needn't tell you how foolish it is to give an Archfiend a second chance. Best to steal her away at the earliest opportunity. If you wish to peer into her past, the memorial will suffice. I can't wield the power at will. Even though Vana kind of taught me how to. Also, why don't I just go back in time and ask Vana to teach me how to use the Echo at will? She still exists in the past. I just can't stop her from becoming Hydaelyn. Well then, you better hope it favors you when the time comes. Rest assured, this won't be our last opportunity to learn about Azhdaya. If another Archfiend were to fall, Golbez will surely be compelled to respond. We need only wait for our quarry to come to us. Indeed, if our struggles with Scarmiglione taught us aught, it's that we must hold nothing back when facing an Archfiend. Let us heed Zero's advice and seal her away at the earliest opportunity. If we're in agreement, let us be off. We travel by Nizroch? Oh, I thought Barbariccia's domain was going to be a dungeon. Oh. Yeah, that's just a bunch of hair.
You're not the only ones who can ride the wind. Leave these ones to us.
I see to Barbariccia.
Duty Finder! Storm's Crown now accessible, and I'm not doing it because I gotta be at work in 7 minutes. So we're gonna wrap things here. This is also not a safe place. I mean, it doesn't actually matter. I don't need to log out in a safe space because I'm already level 90. so it's kind of fine. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna hop off. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Maybe I'll be live tomorrow. I very much have just become... My gang's been wanting to play 14 in the evenings with me, which generally means that I sleep later, which means I want to sleep in when I wake up, which means I don't stream. But maybe I'll be live tomorrow. Who knows? Actually, I'm gonna raid Chocolate Curie, and he's playing Persona 4 Golden. Yes, I know. I'm going to work soon. If you're on YouTube or Kick, twitch.tv/ChocolateKieran is where we're headed. Until next time, I will be seeing y'all later.